Hello again, friends. It's another beautiful morning here in Matsumoto. Blue skies, giving us a fantastic view of the northern range of the Japanese Alps. I moved down here to Matsumoto about 3.5 years ago, and these mountains here are one of the major reasons why I moved here. I came down here, I looked around, and I said, man, this is it. I come down here, I'm going to climb that mountain, and that mountain, and that mountain, and all those mountains. 3.5 years later, there are a lot of mountains I still need to climb. And it kind of reminds me of my dad. Not that he was a big mountain climber, but when I was growing up, every year he would throw us all into the car, drive us down to the Jersey Shore, and we'd spend a week down there going crazy like little kids will. And it was great. We'd drive down to this little place we would rent, drive up to the parking lot on the west side of the building, and go in the door, or if we didn't want to wait for my dad to go get the key at the office, we'd climb in the window of one of the bedrooms, jump inside, run through the little apartment we were staying in, run through the other door, out onto the wooden deck, jump over the railing, and boom, there we'd be right on the sand of the beach. And we'd spend a week there, right on the beach. Every day we'd go down outside, make sand castles and jump into water and lay out and try to get tans and do whatever kids do for a week. And every day, all day, my dad would just stand there. He'd just stand there at the edge of the water with the waves lapping up over his feet. He'd have his hands behind his back, and for hours he would just stand there staring out at the water. We'd be going nuts, the waves would be coming in and going out. People would be running back and forth. He'd get hit in the head with the beach ball every now and then. Didn't matter. He would just stand there for hours. Slowly, him and his 200-pound frame would start sinking into the sand. His feet would disappear. But he would just stare out at the water, look around, until his feet would sink too far. He'd pull his feet out, go get a beach chair, put that in the water, sit down, put his feet in the sand, and let the waves do their thing all over again until his feet would disappear and his chair would start disappearing. And that was his thing. And once in a while, I'd wonder why. Why would he sit there, stand there for hours? As far as I remember, in a little kid's mind, it seemed like hours, and just stare out at the water. And he had his reasons, I guess, and I always wanted to know what was going through his head. Why would he stand there all that time? What was he thinking? What was he thinking about? What did that view of the water, and what did being out there staring out at the water, what did that mean for him? What did he get out of that? And now I'll never know. Last month marked the 20-year anniversary of his passing. And at the time, as a kid, it didn't matter much to me. I was curious, but I never asked. And as the years have gone by, I keep revisiting those memories, and more, I wish I knew why he would spend all those hours getting burnt to a maroon, crimson, I don't think there's a word for the color he would turn standing out there in the sun. His balding head would turn this crimson, and his face, his big beer belly, the back of his shoulders, everything. He didn't care. He was out there for his reasons, and I wish I knew what those reasons were. I hope they were good reasons. I hope that was his happy place, if you want to call it that. But, now I wish I knew. And back then, if I had asked, I would. But now, living here, in the midst of all this, every day, I find myself looking out at these mountains saying, that's beautiful. What a beautiful place I live in. Love it here. Can't wait for the next time I go up into these mountains. And the days go by, and I find myself staring at these mountains And I love the view. And I love seeing these mountains. I love the fact that I can go not anytime I want. I've got kids. I got a family to take care of. I've got responsibilities like everybody, like my dad did. But still, they're here, they're so close, and I know that one day I will not be able to look at these mountains anymore. One day will be my last day to see these mountains. And until that day, I don't want to spend all my days just looking at them. And as I think about my dad and I think about these mountains and how close I am to them, it's a big, fat, sledgehammer reminder of the importance of getting out and not just enjoying your view, but getting into your view. Putting yourself into that view, making yourself a part of that world that you love so much, whether it be mountains or the ocean or people that you love, or places that you want to go, things that you want to do. Throwing yourself out into whatever it is that makes up the view that you love so much, makes up the things that you look at every day and say, that's what I want. Someday that will be gone. Or in my case, someday I'll be gone. These mountains will always be here. But my last day will come someday. And until that day, I think of my dad. I think of him on the sand, staring out at the water. And I see myself here staring out at the mountains. And I've got people, relying on me. Some people breathing down my neck, waiting for answers and assignments. Tomorrow I'll be going up into the mountains with my kids, showing them how to ski. I have no idea how that's going to go. But however it goes, we're going. We'll be out there. Beyond that, I've got a lot more mountains to climb. Enjoy your view.